Hi, so I just entered this trade. I am going for 1 to 2 target. Let me just change that. Okay, so I'm going for double reward, then risk. So I'm risking 9 ticks, I'm going for 18 ticks. Yeah, so basically what I'm thinking here is we had this range, okay? We broke out of the overnight. We, we had another leg up, so it's an uptrend break, expecting a new high, make a new high, and so now the uptrend is played out and we are rushing below the EMA. And this is exactly where you'd expect a reversal, which is a breakout of the overnight high, expected to fail, and the uptrend played out with a break in a new high. So, and then when you're rushing below the EMA and hold off of it twice, then you know, then you know it's a good reversal area. So yeah, I guess I'll just let the trade play out. Um, so, oh yeah, I still need to mark the rest of the chart up. Um, I guess I can just do that in the moment while I'm doing the review. I can just let it play out on camera here, or recording. So yeah, it looks like it's struggling to get down to my target. Um, Looks like it's just making a lower high right now. One thing that kind of does worry me is this downtrend break, new low, and then it's kind of just like a first entry. But it is still a reversal pattern at a perfect area for a reversal, like I was talking about. So, this trade is taking a long time. A lot of trades go way faster than this, obviously. Okay, so now it's like, it's held once off the EMA. Now it's holding twice, so maybe now it'll really start to head down. So yeah, um, and see, I'm taking a reversal, like I said before, because I know to a lot of people it just looks like it just looks like an uptrend, and then I'm going short. Um, when really this uptrend has played out with a break and a new high, and then it's rushing below the EMA. That's the perfect area for a reversal. So that's why I'm going short after these two big up moves right there. So just keep that in mind. Anyone who, and they are a little bit harder to spot because it is kind of like shorting an uptrend, but you know when you can tell when they're played out and then they rush below the EMA like that, you can tell when it's a good trade. And one other thing that I was talking about recently a lot is that I was noticing a lot of my trades were getting 1 to 2. Like I was going for 1 to 1 on most of my trades, which is what I did for all my other trades today. But so many of them get 1 to 2 that I've been going for 1 to 2 more often now. And if it's at an area that I think will really get 1 to 2, then I'll go for 1 to 2 now. So yeah. Oh, I'm about to scale up to a third contract, by the way. Um, I'm scaling up, at a comfortable rate. I'm not trying not to scale up too fast, just to keep all the trading psychology in check and everything, because it is exciting, scaling up. So it's like you have to kind of suppress that while you're trading and everything. So, all right, well, this is supposed to be right there. All right, here, I'll show the. All right, there we go. Target filled. Um, Let me just make sure my sound still works. Okay, it is. All right, great. So there we go. That's 4.5 points. Very nice trade. Um, so yeah. Once again, I'll go over it. So two legs up. Uptrend is played out. Perfect area for a reversal. Breakout of the overnight. Most breakouts fail. So, you know, not to mention, like, if you look at the overnight as right here, then it's just barely broken out. but if you have it down here like I did, which I couldn't really tell, but I thought it fit good here, and then it reacted well off of it here, so, it was just at an area 4 reversal, so that's what I was thinking right there. So, well, anyway, I guess I'll get to the regular part of the video now. So, it started with the overnights here, overnight lows here. Um, I was thinking about having them up here somewhere, but I ended up thinking that it fit better here just for the range, because clearly we were in a range, you know. Even if you don't have it there, you can tell we're going sideways here. So I decided to put it there. Um, we have a couple legs up, and then I started trading around this area right here. Um, Here we have, or I'll start from here. So we have a first entry short, second entry short, failure. So we have this reversal pattern coming off of what formed the overnight low. Couple pushes up. There's not really any trades there. Um, Here we correct to the EMA. There's clearly no entries there, but here is where we form the overnight high. Obviously, you don't have this line here at the time, so you can't take this, but this is just where it formed. So then here we rush below the EMA. We have a first entry long, second entry long, failure. So right here, I did not take this trade. Um, I was kind of, what I was thinking was, I was kind of thinking of it as like 2 legs down, and then a correction. I was kind of worried about like taking it as a second entry. One, it did barely close in, even if you draw it off of this red bar. But really, I was just worried about the 2 legs down. But realistically, this channel is skinny enough to where you can just say downtrend break, expecting a new low, instead of considering it 2 legs down. So um, I probably should have taken that trade. Yeah. Um, so anyway, we have another push down, and we push right back above. So at this point, it's kind of getting choppy, a little bit harder to trade. Push back, then we have 2 legs up here, and then we have a reversal pattern. So uptrend break, new high, and then first entry long, second entry long, failure below the EMA. Obviously, you can't get in on this. Um, it's just it's just not a very good looking trade, to be honest. Um, Enormous bar, so you'd want to stay out of that. So at this point here, you can clearly see that like from here, we have 2 legs down. This leg, second leg. It's not perfect though, but corrects back up, go through the EMA, we go right back below, right back above. It's just choppy. You can't enter in that kind of stuff. So then here, we have the overnight lows here. We break out. Most breakouts fail, but you don't get a good setup though. It's just a bad signal bar. Um, I'm sure it has a short-term trend line blocking it. A couple ways to draw it here. Yeah, it does. So it's definitely not a good trade there. Then here we have a reversal pattern, but I just couldn't take it because it just wasn't worth taking. So first entry short, second entry short, failure. Um, it's just it's entering at the high of the move. It's kind of getting congestive looking. It's just it doesn't look like a perfect setup. Um, Especially because it shot above and then shot way back below, and then closed above a little bit, but had these very big wicks rejecting it. So it just overall, it's just not a very good looking setup. Then here we brush up, bounce off the EMA again. Obviously, we don't have this at the time, this channel. So then we have these few legs up. Then we correct again. We have a first entry long, second entry long. I'll draw the trend lines here. So downtrend break, attempt at a new low. It fails to make a new low, push up. Then at this point we can draw this channel. And I got this channel pretty fast, to be honest. Because I used these highs to confirm it faster than I did these lows. So here, this I was really tempting to take, but the bar kind of threw me off. So I decided not to take it. I probably should have just taken it for 1-to-1 and ride it up to the channel or the range high there. That's probably what I should have done. Because it like looks objectively good. You know, it's just the bar is kind of big. It is just a first entry, but it's the third confirming bounce off this channel, and it kind of looks like a second entry. Like you can clearly see the leg down, move up, leg down, second leg. So, you know, that's what I was thinking there. But here, this is my next trade right here. I'll mark it for y'all. So here, it's just clearly, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bounce off the key entry point. Um, when I took it, I did realize it was just a first entry, but it's held so many times. It was the sixth bounce off of it. Also held off the EMA. There's enough room to the highs. Um, it's clearly a breakout because you see it just pushes straight out of this congestion right here, which I should probably draw it actually. Um, so clear breakout. You know, there's clearly enough room to the highs again. So I thought it was just worth taking. You know, here I'll draw the that. Although I know I did get in with a stop order, so it'll be one tick higher. So then we push up, we overshoot, then we get a break because overshoot will constantly lead to a break. Um, then here we go into this downtrend. We have a break, new low. Technically, it does actually break a new low right here, but it pulls back here, get another entry, so it's kind of like a failed second entry. First entry long, second entry long, failure. But I would be too worried about this uptrend after having a break, making a new high, so I would be worried about going short right there. so, so anyway, we go into this shallow trend down. Um, that's right. We have a break, new low, second leg down to a new low. It's off the overnight highs. Um, I didn't really want to take it. I didn't like the signal bar and then the higher low. I wasn't really more confident in it because it wasn't off of anything. If it had just barely came off this key entry point here, I would have liked it more. But here, I did like this higher low because it actually bounced off the key entry point again. So I liked it. And on a bigger picture, it's just a double test. You know, test once, test it twice. Um, and then I got the higher low from that. I was concerned about this one because it has a short-term trend line working through it, which, sorry, I, whenever I'm trading, I delete the lines as I trade, and then when I set up the chart for the review, I just redraw everything. So that's why everything is missing. But here we have a higher low. It's right off the key entry point, which is the range highs. Breakout pullback. It's a double test on a bigger picture. We broke out, tested it once, tested it twice, and then we entered on a higher low, or I entered on a higher low here. So I thought it looked pretty good, just 1-to-1. So I'll draw this. Okay, there we go. So then here, we're almost to my next trade. Couple legs up, and then we go into this range right here. So I'll draw this. So a couple legs, then we go into a range, and then here, right here is my next trade. So there's really nothing to take in here. You don't get any good entries. Um, at first, when I drew this range off, I didn't have this uptrend, obviously. Um, I drew it after I got this bounce right here. So then here, I knew that it was a third bounce off the key entry point. Clearly, it's a breakout pullback. Reset right here, so first entry long, second entry long, and there's no short-term trend line working through it, which I'll draw that here. You know, even if you draw it off of the farthest one, it doesn't close above the entry bar, so that's a good thing. So for all those reasons, I like this trade. I did see that it was barely not off the EMA, but that didn't really bother me. You know, we were very strongly going up at this point. We still hadn't made a new high for this uptrend. Maybe we barely did, but either way, we can still make, like a clearer new high. So, you know, there's really just a lot of good things with this trade. So, anyway, we push up. Um, we get all these shallow corrections, first entries, and then finally get a correction to the trend line and the EMA. Couple legs down. Clearly, right here, this is a third entry, but if you look, it clearly is just one leg down and then a second leg down right there. So, it's a second entry off the entry point and off the EMA. Obviously, it's very congestive. It's not something that I would take, but it's it's clearly an area to look at. So here we have an uptrend, break, new high, then we rush below the EMA, and then we get to the trade that I took, which wow, that really really took off. Um, yeah, so right now I'm trading two contracts. I'm about to add another one. Um, and my plan has been that when I get to five contracts, that I'm gonna use a runner. Because I don't want to run like a huge portion of my position. So that's what I'm thinking. Um, and people ask me about runners a lot. It's like, yeah, if I had a runner, I could have made quite a lot more, like a lot more. But um, I am trading two contracts now. Um, I've been getting better with this one to two stuff. So it's not like I have a pain since I missed out on that. With a runner contract. Um, because I am doing pretty good on the scalps and the swing trades. Swing trade meaning just one to two. That's what I mean. So anyway, I guess that's the video. Um, we just kind of pushed down after that. Um, and yeah, anyway. So one thing. Oh yeah, that's right. Someone wanted me to talk about some in the comments yesterday. Um, I think someone named Randy, asked me to talk about um, like my life before trading and everything and how I got into it. So I'll just quickly touch on that. So basically, um, I had just worked like delivery jobs like uh, Dash and Instacart, and basically I would just drive around, pick up deliveries, deliver them, do batches or get orders. They're called batches in one of the apps. So yeah, you can just choose your hours. It's nice because you can just run multiple apps at the same time. Um, and it's like you can just constantly stay driving and busy, and you can make like over $20 an hour if you're good. Sometimes you can make a lot more than that, but so that's basically what I was doing. I've only ever had like one real job where I like was directly working for someone on a schedule, and that was at um, fast food restaurant. But I really did not like doing that. I didn't work there for very long, but I worked there for like over half a year, but I quit because I couldn't stand it, and so then I just started like really grinding on the delivery apps. So that's just what I was doing. Um, haven't done them in a while, months. So I'm very happy I found trading. I was in the delivery jobs; those were perfect for learning trading because I can choose when I did it, so I can just do it late at night. And I'd be able to get a full like trading session in every day, and then I would get some studying in afterward, and then I could study for a little bit before I went to bed. So it was very nice. So I'm definitely glad I was in a position to where I was able to actually trade for for a long time, for hours every day. So um, anyway, yeah. Oh, and I guess how I got into it is I while I was working at my job, um, I was at a fryer. I was cooking fries, and I just literally couldn't stand it. So um, I was like, I have to figure out some way to make good money without having to, you know, work next to a fryer for 10 hours a day. So, that's when I just quit and I started doing the deliveries, trying to figure stuff out. Did that for, you know, a while. It took over 3.5 years for me to go live from when I started. Um, and I'm just so glad that I had a good schedule, um, a job that I can just have so much time to learn and trade. So that definitely came in handy. So yeah, that's just a little about me. Um, anyway, so hope you all enjoyed this video. Hope you learned something. Hope you had a good trading day like me. Um, so yeah, this 1 to 2 stuff, maybe look into it for yourselves. I've been doing it. I've been having success with it. I'm glad I could record it. I really wanted to get a live trade recording of a 1 to 2 trade. So I'm glad I can do that. And I just have to point out all my other trades, or you know, they it's like these are all getting 1 to 2. It's like obviously on this right here, I wouldn't go for 1 to 2, but you know, because I would want room to get out before the range highs. But I could have gone for more technically. But all right, anyway, I guess that's the video. Hope y'all enjoyed it. I feel like this is kind of a longer video. Let's see. Yeah, we're at 27 minutes. Wow. Yeah. So anyway, hope y'all enjoyed the video and have a good one.